So what in the world does this new GMX Archetype actually do? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So starting off with the GMX Researcher Salandi. Yes, this is a level 3 Fire Warrior monster, which is definitely going to have some interesting interactions. So if this card is normal summon, you can start to summon a non-warrior GMX monster or a level 3 or lower dinosaur monster from the deck. I really wish we could still trigger that on special, but that's fine. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, we can add a GMX spell or trap from the deck to the hand. Now, if a dinosaur fusion monster is on the field, you can shuffle this card from the field into the deck, and if you do, negate the effects of a face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. Now, you can only use each effect of GMX Researcher Salandi once per turn. So on normal, this is going to get to bring out any level 3 or lower dinosaur monster from the deck. This actually can bring out the for hire dinosaur monster, and it actually basically gets you the ability to start for hire combo. It's really funny actually that we have that reverse synergy in this. Also, I mean, it brings out any level 3 or lower dinosaur. So there is something really cool to be seen on this. Now, the returned Dino Dandine here, this is another interesting little guy. So if this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can add a GMX monster from your deck to your hand. So you bring this off of Salandi, you bring out Dandine. Dandine then gives you the ability to go trigger for another monster, which is actually not too bad. During your main phase, you can fusion summon a dinosaur fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Oh, well that's pretty good. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all dinosaur monsters you currently control gain 400 attack. Now you can only use each effect of returned Dino Dandine once per turn. The fact that this is a generic dinosaur fuser, I actually find quite interesting in terms of the design space here. So one leads into the other, which pulls another monster, which gives you a fusion summon. If there is any sort of future for dinosaurs and fusing, there is something to be had with these two, and I really, really like that. Next up here, we do have a couple of other little interesting foes within the dinosaur complex here. So the first one is going to be GMX Chairman Kimridge. Now, Kimridge is a psychic monster, which is kind of interesting. You can reveal him in the hand to add a GMX Applied Experiment number 55 from the deck or graveyard to your hand, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. So it automatically pulls out the new spell card, which is interesting. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can target 2 cards in the graveyard that are GMX and or dinosaur monsters and place them on the top of the deck in any order, and then you can destroy an attack position monster the opponent controls. Now you can only use each effect of GMX Chair Kimridge once per turn, and this is on 1,900. The fact that this is able to regenerate resources back to the top of the deck to stack it is very, very interesting in terms of its lore, and I definitely like it. Now, the Associate Noma over here, being a reptile, is very, very, very interesting. So on normal, or if this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can target 1 card each from your graveyard and your opponent's graveyard, and either place each on the top or the bottom of the deck. And if a monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in the monster zone, except during damage step, you can fusion summon a GMX Fusion monster from the extra deck by shuffling the materials from your field, graveyard, and or banishment into the deck. The fact that this is basically a turbo enabler for getting out another fusion monster is very good. But once again, I mean, you're forced to make a GMX fusion monster. We can't access generic powerhouse cards, which would have been a little bit too much if we actually could. So both of these cards are not too bad. We just need more easy ways to special summon things. Now, the GMX Applied Experiment 55. This is probably one of the most interesting design cards that we got. So we can excavate the top cards of your deck until you have excavated a GMX monster and a dinosaur monster. Lose 400 life points for each excavated card, and then you can fusion summon a GMX Fusion Monster from your extra deck using any excavated monsters as material, and then shuffle the rest into the deck. Now, you can only activate a GMX Applied Experiment 55 once per turn. There are some horrifying results with this card, man. You can actually, like, burn yourself out with this, and it's actually incredibly dangerous for how this card could just backfire on you. But I think it's kind of hilarious, actually. I look forward to seeing how the ideas with this card are going to come to fruition, because I do like the design space for this. And then we have our two fusion monsters, one of them being Alos and one of them being Velox, and I can already hear the Dino roars going crazy over this. So Alos is going to be our new fusion monster. It's going to be a GMX monster plus a dinosaur monster. And each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster you gain 200 life points. So you're getting back some of that nasty life point cost that we had to apply to even make these things. And then once per turn, you can target a GMX monster or a dinosaur monster in your graveyard or banishment and special summon it. This card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated, and at the start of the damage step, if this card battles the opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster. Why does this have to have so many limitations put on it? Because that just feels kind of restrictive, you know? Why can't we actually have a massive ability here to push for things? But I guess. And then we have GMX Velox. This is going to be a lot of stars. Both of these, I believe, are level 9. So it's a GMX monster plus a dinosaur monster. Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, gain 200 life points. So once again, we have these life point gaining clauses on both of these cards. And then during your opponent's turn, you can target... okay, quick effect. You can target a monster, or excuse me, you can target a card your opponent controls, excavate the top card of your deck until you excavate a GMX or a dinosaur monster, lose 400 life points for each excavated card, and then add that GMX or dinosaur monster to your hand or special summon it and shuffle the rest into the deck. After that, destroy the targeted card. Now, you can only use each effect of GMX Velox once per turn. So, both of them, regeneration of life points. You have some pretty decent stat lines on these cards. I don't actually think that these were too terrible. Now, we know Burst Protocol is going to be dropping on February 4th. February 6th, we have the 300th immediately afterwards. There is a lot to be said with this set, and I'm kind of curious to know where things are going to go. All the GMX stuff is incredibly low rarity. It definitely is a good thing that they printed this stuff in low rarity. I don't think people are going to be too upset about that. So please, what do you guys think about these interesting cards? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.